Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
What's up, friends? Welcome to a late edition of Cross Season 2, Episode 7, Winnow, the best episode of the season, right? Right, Ken? Right? It
was okay.
No, it wasn't. Come on now. People are right there. People are upset. They're already giving us downvotes. They're like, how dare these fools call this the best episode? No, this was not. This episode was frustrating. It's frustrating because this whole season, they're setting things up. Mastermind, Bad Religion Mission, LaDonna Mom, get ready. It's going to be a big reveal. This is going to be nuts. Bananas, right? TK, we all assumed was going to be L's man. Trevor, right? That's going to be a thing. Oh, I can't.
Well, I don't know about we all. You.
Man.
But
I really thought. I mean,
point made, point taken. Yeah, they set all these storylines up. For what? Episode 7.
Oh, my Lord, man. It's like there was so much that we wanted in this show. Well, first season was great. Well, not great. God, see, now I'm all over the place because now I'm upset. This just got me upset because the way they condensed and tried to close all these storylines down in episode 7. Meanwhile, there is another episode, people. There is an episode 8. Okay, this is not the finale. But the way they did it, the way it felt rushed. Yeah, all this felt very rushed. It's like they could have trickled this across the last 2 episodes, but it's just the way they did it. You know, just throwing things in and stuff. I can't be the only one. I already know. I've seen people put in the comments. They're like, yeah, you're right. This show is all over the place. It's not consistent. The storytelling, Berto, you know, and
Nana. Berto, my man.
Dude came back.
He hot 20 seconds.
Speaks fluent English. The dude is making it. He is killing it now. I don't know what they did. They put him in some advanced ESL. It was dope. But you know what? Nana's back.
Nana's back at least. Right?
Where'd you go? So in Atlantic City, my Nana used to do that. She would be like, I'm out this weekend. I'm like, where you going, Nana? She's like, I'll go play the games. And she was out, you know, but she always came back eventually, right? You know,
Grandma
but anyway,
plays the numbers.
So we open up with Kayla, right? Kayla's home. Yay. She's there. And we got Roy. Surprise, surprise. Everybody breaks into her house. Remember, we got Bobby Tray broken.
Now the old we got behind the refrigerator door.
Behind the refrigerator, right? He shows up. And I had to play this audio, please.
Friend, is that Atta girl you've been waiting for? We just had to be sure, and now we are.
Are you telling me that all this was a test?
Well, that gun getting loose, we didn't count on that. But once we saw the opportunity, yeah, we took advantage of it.
I pulled a murderer out of prison, risked my career, lied to people I care about, watched Margaret die in front of me for a fucking test.
And you passed.
Whack. Oh, my Lord, whack. The way he was playing it, the way even before, remember, he was like, I'm firing you from this. And she had to sort of blackmail him, you know, to get the IT guy and all this stuff. All that doesn't make sense. To then just say, this was all a test. Shenanigans. Come on, man. Lazy.
That's what it feels like.
Right? This can't be the story.
There is only one thing I will say. Either you are right, absolutely right. It is lazy writing. If they only have one more episode to come up with the why for all this shenanigans, as you call it.
Yeah,
and it better be a good reason. It better be, I can't even imagine what it would be, because this is just like you said. If they can't explain themselves, this is just lazy writing.
There's no payoff. There's no payoff for us. We're waiting for something big, and we get this
in multiple threads, in multiple story threads. It wasn't just this one.
Oh man,
keep going.
Tell the people.
Yeah,
a lot. It's a lot of bullshit, man. This is not what we wanted. I knew this wasn't going to pay off. I knew, because we said we didn't really care. We're like, all right, where's this going? We got too many side stories. The Berto thing, We got the Elle and Trevor thing. We got this, the whole mastermind and all that stuff. We're like, oh, this is going to be crazy. Something big is going to happen. A whole lot of nothing is what we just got here. And they just tried to rush it. It's like, this was a test. It was a test of my patience. And you know what? You failed because I don't like this. I don't like it. Man. It was too much.
Well, hey, listen. We only got one more.
We only got one more, right? One more is too many. That's too much. So anyway, Kayla, then the guy who broke in just walks out. So Kayla calls up Bobby Trey and says, hey, I got one more mission for you. Because as we find out also with all this, is that Maggie over there, right? Margaret, Maggie, whatever. She's not she didn't kick the bucket.
This is what alive. I mean. It was all so far-fetched. The twist, these aren't twists. A good twist is subtle, and it comes on and it makes you check yourself and the story thus far. These were like, that didn't make any difference or any sense. So we're just gonna 100% flip it around. So she didn't take.
No, she didn't take her life. She's still at that Zoom, all like, and we knew that made no sense. That one little call was like, oh,
it was all staged. It was all the test. Come on,
full of it. I didn't like that. I didn't like it. It didn't make any sense. And then even how she figured it out when he was like, oh, well, about you being girlfriend material for Cross. I only said that to one person, and that was it. That means you talked to her after she died. Got me. What? That? Oh, man. That was
7 episodes of being Secret Squirrel, being top-notch secret agent guy, and now he slipped.
Oh man, put in the comments, people. Was this a payoff? I'm sure a lot of people are like, I'm out. Let me see what else can I watch on TV? I don't need this. I don't need this. What's the pit? What's this? Let me go to that. Because this is horrible.
Not a bad show, but yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's reincarnated.
Yeah.
Right, we all know. We know. All right, Pittsburgh. Shout out to everybody in Pittsburgh. It's been a minute. So anyway, we get Luce and Ant. They're at home, and Donnie. Everyone's packing up. They're scrambling. We're getting an idea what's going on.
You mean Aunt or you mean Aunt?
And on whatever. Who knows? At this point, with all the BS that she pulls off in this episode, I wouldn't be surprised if it's all a lie. She's not even related to her mom.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm the next door neighbor's best friend who knew your mom, but I liked her life and I want to be close to you, So
we finally found out Donnie and Luce's relationship. I don't know if you realize that.
I did not. What?
The aunt. Now you got me saying Aunt said
Go ahead, say it.
Yeah,
say it.
No. We'll save it.
Oh, no. All right. Well, they're getting packed up. They're doing the whole thing. We also see at the same time Cross and the SWAT team and everything.
Yeah, the SWAT team's rolling.
I was getting P Diddy vibes.
Team rolling.
I was getting P Diddy vibes because the way they were rolling deep with all of them, I'm like, really? I mean, most of the time they don't seem to care. They always just it's John, Kayla, and Cross. But no, this time they get everybody. They're like, all right, no, we're gonna go in there. Okay, anything's possible, right? They could be stockpiling stuff. But anyway, they go inside, they're gone. And the way the show was trying to tease us, like, oh, they could hear the sirens and all this stuff. Maybe they could, but still, I don't buy that, because then they would easily just catch them within the area, right? I'm sure they had a helicopter.
Well, not only that, but we pointed out that if SWAT's gonna roll up on you, they don't come blaring down the avenue with everything on coming at you. They roll up on you silent, and it's just again
too much. They go in, they take a look, they catch the 3, they put them down. The show ends. Then they started talking about some other shows that were coming out. No, that they should have did that. That's not what happened. They go in, clear. No one's there, but we do find the jar of fingers from the last dude that got his fingers chopped off at the party. That was entertaining, and along with the picture that she took right behind, and it had the picture of everybody. And it's like, oh, the Nora is the next one. Nori is next. Send this message. The whole thing. I was like, oh man, is this gonna happen? What am I gonna do with this? What should we do? Oh man, well, you know what to do. And then we get that intro. This was all before the episode started. This was to pull us in. If anything, it pushed me more out, because that opening with Roy and got me mad.
I have no idea what they were thinking this episode. None. No. Camera's
No, what's also interesting with this, which sort of made no sense, is that when it does come back, we see Cross and he's just spewing everything, the whole story. He's putting the whole thing in front of the boss, right? The lieutenant, the chief of police, Roy is there, he's the FBI rep. His boss, the big boss, is there. They're all there.
Yep.
Spewing all this stuff. And they're realizing that things are kind of messed up. And they're like, well, what's the plan? Well, there's 4 people left, right? And we're going to take these 4 people. We're going to put them in a fort, right, on the military base to protect them until we figure this out, until we catch loose, and Donnie. So they're going to be safe. So what do you guys think about this? And the chief of police says, you know what? The FBI messed up. And I think this is something that the PD needs to deal with. So yeah, Cross, you're in charge of this. Really? That's what you get from all this? Now the detective is in charge of all this with.
It was actually the FBI guy that said he didn't want to be the head of the case anymore.
That doesn't make any sense.
And the chief was like, "You just don't want your name on it anymore," is what it is. But we'll step up, and I'll put Alex Cross, and I'll put Alex Cross in charge of it.
Oh man!
After all that, which flips the dynamic between Kayla and Cross professionally, which flips the dynamic with them personally.
Yeah.
Which
too much. Yeah, because that was the other thing that we find out. Once this is done, she's out of it, right? She's now Kayla. Kayla now has to report to Cross. He's the boss, boss, the lover, all that stuff. That's a bad mix, but hey, that's the way it is, right?
Yeah, she gets all pissy about it afterwards.
Yeah, she blames him. She says, "Yeah, he's in charge of all this." She's calling him boss and the whole thing. And then he's like, "Oh, you calling me your boss now? What about in the bedroom? Am I still the boss?" It's like, oh, it's gonna get complicated. We didn't get any of that in this episode, and I'm fine with that because at first I thought they were gonna go there. I thought he was gonna bring it. He's like, "Come over tonight. I'll make you a dinner. It'll be great." And then, no, it didn't happen. Who knows? They didn't even really talk about that relationship part because the last I heard, remember, we thought they were in a serious relationship when she was in the hotel. Remember, she was like, "Oh, I'm not drunk right now. This is for real. This is the real." And he was like, "Yeah, me too." So to me, that's them confirming relationship, right?
And they've been jerks to each other since.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Are they trying to say it's done? Was there an added scene in between that got left on the cutting room floor that it's like, oh, we forgot to leave that scene where they broke up?
I can't.
Right? Because then if they did add that, that would explain why he was coming at Elle the way he did in the last episode. It was like, are you sure you're done with this? Like, well, yo, you trying to have Elle and Kayla? You got the home piece and the work piece? He's doing everything. This man, it's like, and it's hard for people, especially if you're like, oh wow, I want to support this character. He's a badass detective, good looking dude. He seems like he's got his stuff put together. He's a family guy.
No, definitely.
Then he's doing all this other stuff. That's what they're trying to make it seem. He likes to adopt kids. He don't spend much time with them, but that's not the point. The point is he likes to bring them into his world. Right?
Sorry.
It's true, man. We all know it's true, right? Like, subscribe, hype. It's true, people. You know it.
It's just ridiculous.
Oh my Lord! It's all ridiculous. This is TV. This is it. This is the epitome of TV right here.
No, it's not. It's not. Don't say that.
It is. No, it is because this is how it works. It's like, all right, you know what? I got an idea. Let's just change this stuff. Let's just throw this stuff. You know what? We're gonna put everybody in an army base. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds fantastic.
So they put them in the army base for how long? 20 minutes?
Yeah, it was very short because that's the next scene, right? They're all there. Lance is there, the Griff is there, the 2 other ladies are there, right?
Nori and that security guard lady.
And Nate,
or whatever.
Nate. But there's somebody else because it was 4 of them.
The guy, the other white guy. Willis or something.
There you go.
Yeah, Willis.
Right.
One of the architects, one of the 12 people on the hit list.
Oh man, so they're there. Cross is there. He's like, "Oh, this is for your own protection." He's like, "Listen, we know what's going on, and you need to confess," because she made this ultimatum, right? That was part of the deal. They were like, "We're gonna bring this to them to see if this gets them to talk," because Kayla was like, "Maybe we shouldn't even go along with this because obviously Luce wants us to bring this." Like, yeah, we should do it. Let's see how they react, And
what would you have done? Would you show it to them,
damn
or
right,
would you have kept it?
damn
Yeah, I
right,
thought so
damn
too.
right.
I thought
Because
so too.
Cross knows it, Dirt. He knows about the child labor. He knows all of it. He found the body. He adopted one of the kids. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
knows firsthand. He should tell him. He's like, I got Berto in my house. Who's that? Exactly. You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
But no, he could definitely, I would have presented the same thing. Present all the info with the fingers. That was funny that she made that little comment about show this over to Nori, but no, it's like, why don't you show it to Len? It's like, yo, this is your boy's fingers, and you know what I did with these? I put them in ketchup, hot sauce.
Don't say that.
I let my pit bull munch on them for a little bit, and then I put them in a pickle jar, right? And then I left them for Cross.
That's disgusting. Okay,
yeah, that's it. That's the goal, right? You just, I don't know, get creative. They were getting pretty creative before with the guy who lives in the train station, in the tunnel. And he had his old
right. That was the thing that actually happened this season. I remember that.
Yeah. He was living the life. For a long time, I wanted to live in the subway tunnel. I don't know why. It looked kind of peaceful.
It sounds like a decent fantasy. I could see that.
Yeah. I thought it's kind of cool. Ninja Turtles. It worked out for them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, man, I was just thinking about this documentary. So about that. Right. Anyway, so while they're dealing with all this, they're lying. They're like, no, we're not saying that.
What do you mean they're lying?
Because he doesn't want to say anything. They were like, oh no, there's nothing to say. You got nothing to confess. You got nothing to confess. She wants $20 million. Right. Remember? She wants $20 million, right? And then if you confess, and then that's it, you're home free. She's not going to do it. No, we didn't do anything wrong.
That ain't true, though.
Of course not.
You know that ain't happening.
Not happening. So then he walks out. He's like, all right, well, I'll see you at 4. I'm coming back. This is crossed now. Now Griff is already talking about, let's just get on 20 is nothing for me. Another woman is like, I'll go bankrupt. It's like, but Lance got money for days. He could pay for everybody if it's 20.
He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire. Right? They're millionaires. He's a billionaire.
Exactly. But he is playing hardball with all this. And you know what? The truth, if I want to flip it, play the other side, I probably wouldn't pay it either. Only because it's not going to work. And he even said it. He's like, she got the other guy's money, and it did nothing. It's not about the money.
Absolutely.
The money is just a stall. That whole thing. Right? We get a little bit of one-on-one time with Kayla. She's with Cross. She's complaining about them. That's where the whole thing about boss this and boss that. Like, well, because it's all about you. All this is about you. And you're right. The name of the show is Cross. It is about him. It's about him with his lady friends, with his fancy car, with his kids, his adopted kid, with his nana, with his half brother, dealing with his mama issues, his 3 girlfriends. Come on now. I mean,
it's just the whole flip. Every storyline they set up for 6 episodes. In episode 7, they flipped on the head. Every single story thread, relationship, situationship. The scene was more of the same.
Yeah, no, it's just too much. All that stuff made no sense, because I don't know where they wanted to go with that. Like, how are you people feeling? How do you feel? I mean, a few people in the comments already said they don't care. Remember, we always say it was like, Kayla, for the streets. So it's like, who cares? I don't care about this, This whole thing doesn't make any sense, but anyway, we get a few other little things going on here. Right. Well, what else did we get over here with Kayla? Right. There was another scene, I think, with more Kayla dealing with was it the Sandra one? No. This is Luce. Where Luce, we see Luce over at Sandra. We're saying Sandra. I thought that's what she said, Sandra.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a friend or something. It seems like another person who just wants to help. Sort of like the Lincoln situation. Right. Lucy's at the house. She gives her some food. She's like getting real nervous. I got the password and everything. I hope nobody found out on my job. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. And it's like, oh, well, she gave her something besides the password. We didn't see for what or what's going on here at this point, but we knew something was happening. And you called it. You're like, yo, she's gonna go missing. Something bad.
Yeah, absolutely. She was there. As soon as Luce was like, I like these cookies. You should get us more of them.
Oh yeah, right. Exactly. Go on.
They gave her the stink eye.
But anyway, when it comes to all this stuff, the only time it gets interesting with all this is that there's another call. Right? We get Cross. He shows back up. He's hanging out with everybody, And then the phone is ringing. Now, this is interesting because we see that Donnie is already loading up guns, doing stuff. Luce is getting on some kind of computer device, right? She logs in. She makes a call, right? Lance picks up. She says, all right, you made the choice. Are we doing this? No, we're not doing this. You hear Nori talk. Then she's like, okay, yeah, I can do this. And then this is what I don't remember this part, but apparently it had to be a joint agreement. Everybody had to agree. Right. Mm-hmm. And everybody else says, no, we're not doing it. It's like, it's not happening. Right. So what happens? She says, oh, this, you know how there's this way that a doctor can remotely log into a pacemaker to resolve or detect if a patient's having a cardiac arrest or an issue. And she does it and she kills her. She deactivates her pacemaker from this device. That's what it was. Because we also find out that Sandra's dead over there in the garage.
Science fiction.
Really?
Star Trek. That was like Star Trek technology. They're like, we just phase her heart from over here.
I don't know if any doctors watch us on the UB tubes, but you know what? Does anybody know if this is legit? Like, I know that there's other techniques where they're doing remote surgeries and stuff. I know that, but to log into someone's pacemaker with a phone, with a cell phone attached to a machine remotely that made a phone call to 4 different cell phones, she was able to take her finger and press the machine button, and through the cell phone signal, set her. This I gotta know. I don't know. It feels like science fiction to me. No. Doesn't make much sense. Whatever. She dies. But at this time, Cross is at home. He's not there. Cross is there. Nana's back. Wherever she was. I don't put in the comments. Do you guys remember?
Nana's back. Wait a minute. Does that mean Umberto's back?
Yeah. It does, and this is the first time she's meeting him, and she even says it. And this is where he starts talking in English. It was like things are getting great for him. Life is good, right? But Berto's there. They got the son there, the daughter's there, the whole thing. And then it's like, oh wow, all right. So where's the food? Where's Elle? Oh, Elle's not coming around anymore. You say, well, this is what you should be up dealing with. You should be trying to fix the whole Elle situation. And the camera zooms in on Cross's face, like almost like as if a light bulb went off in his head. Like, yeah, maybe. Really? Are we still doing this? Is there a reason that it's? We're not privy to all of it. Maybe there was a focus group that they did going into season 2. And they're like, what do you people really care about? I want to see more emotion and relationships from Cross. Can we get more of that? More conflict with that type of thing? Maybe throw in another love interest, not just all about Elle. How about that stanky girl that my bad, the Kayla, can you bring her and get? Well, we sort of had this thing teased with John, and no. We want that with Cross.
I won't.
Can you
I won't
do that with
anymore.
Cross?
No.
They could have just put in any girl in this.
No,
but whatever. It's still upsetting me. And then now we get that whole dumb look on his face. It's like, oh, what's gonna happen? So anyway, another one. Well, we didn't know. Griff is out. I guess they were allowed to disperse and leave this.
Yeah. They all just left the American government's imposed protection. They scooped them up, and then these guys all I ditched them. That's what he said.
You know why?
I ditched them. You ditched the U.S. government.
No, because once they're dead, once one person dies, that was it. Because remember, Cross was trying to revive right before he left to go say hi to Nana. He tried, and then Lane's like, "You said we were safe. You can't even protect us." It's like, how can you protect from something that can't really happen? I mean, that was so out of left field, that remote thing. But hey, whatever. Right? So I guess they were like, you know what? This isn't gonna work. I'm going home. So you see that Griff is over in his house. He's meeting with Luce, right? They're having a heart-to-heart. He's talking. He's like, you look like your mom's, and this whole thing. Right. And but what's coming down to all this is that he's willing to make the deal. Right? He's willing to make the deal. I had to play this though. This was good.
It'll be good when everyone's money is in my account.
You look so much like your mother. Gabriella was so.
I don't want to hear her name come out of your mouth.
wasn't personal, Miss Perez.
If it wasn't personal, I wouldn't be here.
That was like the best line right there. I was like, I hate when anyone says some dumb shit and then they're like, don't take it personal. Then why are you saying it to my face?
Yeah.
You know,
If it wasn't personal, you would have told me over the internet, right?
Exactly. It's like, what do you mean? Don't take this personal. But she says to him, like, you know what? We're gonna make a deal, right? He makes it seem like they're gonna make a deal. Did you really think? I thought he was gonna try to kill her, or she was gonna kill him right there. Because I was like,
right
if anything,
there, I thought
she could just pick him off. She could just pick him off right here, right?
I thought she was gonna wait for him to call Matthew Lillard's character, and then when he showed up, kill him, then kill him. But I guess she has to kill that Nate person in between, so that wouldn't have.
Yeah, I don't know, but
right? She's a crazy psychopath serial killer with a plan that she kills everybody that gets in her way.
So then Griff calls Lance, says, hey, come meet me at my dad's cabin. All that sounded fake. It sounded like AI generated voice. I was like, oh, this is a setup. She already killed him, and she's luring Lance to the house, and this is going to be the new kill house. Then she can call the next person. Like, oh, by the way, we're all meeting here. This is a safer spot. The cabin in the woods, and then just pick him off. But anyway, so she tells him, "Hey, come on, let's go." All right, but poof, he's heading off to get to the cabin. So then we're back at the house, Cross's house. Nana's there. She's like, you know what, you guys know nothing but junk food. I'm gonna start cooking, and then John shows up. And then they have their heart-to-heart, and he's upset. You know, I've been dealing with LaDonna and all that stuff, and why didn't you tell me she was still alive? But she said, hey, only time she ever came around was for money. Yeah, she was still in the neighborhood, only wanted money. Never asked to see you. I took care of you. Everything was fine. Oh, it's not your choice. You should have told me. And he's just getting all hot about it, and then he storms out. That's wrong. That's wrong. I'm sorry, people. Put it in the comments. If you're in his situation, your mom's dropped you off, whatever, can't take you, whatever the reason is, but the person who has
abandoned you with that
abandoned, we could go with that. And then the person who did take care of you, clothed you, fed you, loved you, did all some is right there in front of you and says, hey, I did this to protect you because that woman was a deadbeat. Are you gonna say something like that? Are you gonna storm off and blame her for anything? I wouldn't. I'm like, no, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't even be thinking about that. You're my mom. You earn that respect. You know, it's not just a biological thing. It's the caring. It's the being there.
Yeah. And then he flipped the switch and said something about himself after that. He's like, "Oh, making me feel like I owed you all this time. That's a burden too."
Now, I can understand that. I knew someone. It was an older guy that I knew. It was a friend of mine. And he was adopted, and I think he was going into, last I had talked to him, many years ago, but he was like going to go into law. We were in college. He was going to be a lawyer, but he felt like he owed it to his adopted family to be somebody. Like he was like, I got a lot of stress on me. I got to do something with my life, because I just feel like I owe it to them. They put these opportunities in front of me, and I have to make good on this. So I can understand it. So when he said that, that's the first thing that came to my head. I was like, yo, I remember when this dude told me this, that he felt he had more stress on that. They didn't put it on him, but he just felt, they're paying tuition, they're doing all this stuff. They believed in him.
They didn't just birth me and then you're
yeah, exactly.
House me. They chose me, and then they gave me the opportunities. I hear and respect that.
Yeah,
I hear and respect that.
Right. So it's like when I heard that, I'm like, okay, I get it. He felt there was added pressure to do something with himself.
By the way, just birthing is nothing to sneeze at, too. I'm just saying.
No, that is.
I don't mean anything by that.
Yeah. No, it's just true. It's true.
It
it made me uncomfortable for a little bit. So then we get Cross and Kayla. They still not really working out all their other side stuff, but they're over at the HQ, right? They're trying to figure out what's the pattern, what's going on here. They're still curious about all this. Like, really, she's killing them. We know this. You had them in the safe spot. Now they're gone. They realize they can't reach Griff, right? They're like, we're trying to call him. We can't pick up. He's not picking up. What do you think's happening? I don't know. This is just, we got to find out. We got to go see him, whatever. But then it jumps. The key part of this is they jump over to Vega, right? And John is at the precinct. And then she comes off with a bombshell of intel right here. she's got a CI who says, "Hey, TK
Oh,
and
right.
LaDonna, right? TK and your mama, they're an item. They're for years. For years they've been together. So she's been lying to you."
Right.
My Lord, man. Well, yeah, and it's been very awkward with all that because they're trying to build this relation. We saw it in the last one, and people in the comment put it to it. It's like, yo, she murdered somebody. What if she's there for other reasons and she wants to see baby pictures? And he's like, yeah, okay, let me show you.
Yeah, and he was okay. Here you go. I was the cowboy.
Right, exactly. It was like, no. You can't go down this road with this. So he's fuming already. He wants to go see her. He can't believe he just got lied to.
I mean, I would be too.
Right. So
Right?
yeah, no, you got to. This whole thing starts getting crazy. Right. So then what I don't know. Well, I guess you just set it up. But anyway, this is the scene where Lance shows up at Griffin's cabin, and then we see that at the house, Luce and the auntie and Donnie are watching this. So she must have planted a camera. I don't think he knew, because if he knew, he would have said something.
Yeah, not a camera, a mic or something. Yeah, this is definitely.
But it was a camera. But we could see they were watching it.
Yeah, and they're listening to this conversation between Matthew Lillard and the other guy.
So he basically saying,
Occasion dude number 3.
Exactly. He was like, yo, let's just do it. Let's just make the deal. It's done. And she was like, no. He's like, well, I already talked to her. I'm making the deal, and you're all gonna have to do it. And he's like, no. And so it turns out some shady stuff that they dealt with, some conversation piece. Griff said he made an audio tape and he gave it to his brother.
The night that Gabriella refused the money. So she was one of these people. She would have been on the hit list, but she refused the money that night. She was the only one to refuse the money. That's what I pieced together through all this. So that's why they killed her. And then there's audio proof of it now. And so it changes Luce's plan all up.
In a way, but then that means her mom was guilty also. But I don't think so.
To some degree, probably, degree. Culpable in some fashion.
In some way, or maybe once she realized that they were going crooked, she wanted out, and that's when they killed her. That's what I'm assuming has happened.
Yeah,
right?
Probably.
She
before the child labor.
Yeah. Before he got to that point, and she was like, you know what? I see what you guys are doing. I want out. Like, no, you can't get out. It's like the mob. There's only one way to get out of it.
There's only one way out.
Exactly. and
leave the guns, grab the cannolis.
Exactly. Right. It's not in a car, right? It's a body bag. So we see Luce has a nice camera view too. It's a nice little 16:9 on the side, and you can see both of them. He's sitting at the desk talking a lot of stuff back and forth. Says no, it's not happening. You're gonna have to do it. I need that tape. Doesn't matter. You're not gonna get the tape. He goes to walk off. Lance grabs the glass, smashes him over the head. I thought that was gonna be it, but it wasn't. And the guy's still alive. And then he picks up, what was it, like a clock or something, like a shelf
off
clock?
The mantle over here.
Yeah, it looked like a shelf clock. And then starts saying, "Where's the tape?" It says bang, 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 and then he just squishes his head. And then even Donnie's freaking out. It's like, "Oh my, I can't believe this!" And she knew it. She said she knew that this was going to happen.
Donnie asked her, "How did you know that he would do that to him?" And she was like, "I just know these people.
I know these people. I know how he is. He was going to panic and freak, and he did." Now
she knows him because she knows the writers.
Now I'm starting to think that the tape is BS. I'm starting to think there is no tape. I'm thinking that she told Griff. Luce told Griff to say there was a tape. So like, oh well, Lance comes here and the whole thing. Just say that you have it on tape and the whole thing. Try to force his hand.
No, because she was shocked. No,
because Donnie even said he's like, "How did you know he was going to do this?" Go ahead.
She would have stopped Don. She would have stopped Donnie and the aunt in the next scene, because in the next scene, what happens?
What? Well, what do you mean for the next scene for them? With the whole thing where we go? No, I still think we know, with the going, but I don't, as we saw at the end with the tape. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So I don't think
it's not you, it's them. But no, it couldn't have been that. They just suck that bad.
I guess. Right. So anyway, we jump over back to the precinct. We got John and LaDonna, they're meeting, and he's like, "Hey, listen, I know you've been lying to me about TK.
Played me,
I know, Right? That's it. I know it. He put the shield out. He's like, you know, how long it took me to get that? 10 years. He was like, oh, but that's not. Can I see the cowboy suit again? I want to see. Can I see the picture? No, you know, she still
Get out of
doesn't
here
care.
with your busted ass
Right?
mom self.
She's like, oh, she's like, this is the best time of my life, just getting to know you and all this stuff. She's trying to lay all the feels on him. You know, it's like, this is us. This is this and that. And it's like, all right, well, doesn't matter. It's like and this is off camera stuff. This always bothers me when it happens, when they rush things. We found him because before they didn't know where he was. Oh, we don't know. We don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
All of a sudden, now we know.
But for episode 7.
Yeah, they got him. They got him. Right? Shout out to back in the day. Remember on the news, we got him. You know, you know, and that's what they said. She was like, hey, we got TK. We got him. And who knows? Maybe he was lying. You know, we'll find out in episode 8, but at least here he says, yeah, we got him. And then she just changes. She was like, well, I'm not confessing against him. You know, it's like, well, you don't have to. I'm going to prosecute. I'm going to say, you know, we got the evidence. No, I didn't know. No. So you know what? I did it. So you're willing to go to jail for this guy? You know, like that. You just gave me this whole speech about us and wanting to get a relationship back.
Right.
Do this whole thing. You want to fix our relationship. You say you love me. You want to be the mom you never were. Oh, my Lord. You made me touch your hand. And then now you pull this. You know, I was like, oh, man. But then I had to get this audio. This reminded me of something from Law and Order.
Play it.
What happened all that time that we were trying to build things back together?
I want a lawyer.
There you go. I want a lawyer. Drop the mic. Doom, doom. That's it. She was full of it. She is willing to stand by because she said, I'm not going to rat him out. Right? She's not going to flip on him.
So 5 episodes of her trying to convince John she's a good person, wants to be mom Dukes to him. And in less than 60 seconds, she flips the script in episode 7 and tries to take the rap.
What a waste. Away. What a waste. I just...
Bro, they better burn the house down in episode 8. Aliens better invade Earth. It's the second coming. Something phenomenal.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You know, that just did it just made no sense. You're building this whole thing up. First of all, we're already let down that TK isn't Trevor with L. So what
you're let down.
What was the point? I am let down. I feel cheated. Because then this means this whole season, L was not needed. She was not needed in this. And Trevor,
L gave up in episode 5 or 6?
I feel sorry.
You know what? We don't even need you anymore. We're just gonna write a couple of lines for you in this episode, so you can just walk out the door.
Maybe I hope she was busy. She was busy doing other projects, and that's why. They're like, listen, I can give you 1, 2, 3 days. You can film me as many times you want, but those 3 days, and then I gotta go film some other. You know, I also shout out to the actor who plays Trevor. I'm sorry for you as well. They did you wrong. You only had 2 episodes, at least so far, and let you pop up in the finale. I hope you do. Having
I hope you make
cozy time with Elle in the car. Something saying, guess what? We're getting married.
Alex walks by and sees you kissing.
Second face. All I had. You know, I hope it's great because this was horrible. This was horrible. You know, and I'm sure no one's happy. Nobody's happy. Oh well is right. So anyway, we jump over now. We see that Donnie, he has the address because that's one of the things that he told Luce. He was like, hey, get me the address to this brother's house. Wherever we find out brother's in the old home, right? It's old people's home.
Yeah.
All right, so he was like, yeah. She was like, all right, I got this. So anyway, we see that the auntie drove him. Now, here's the thing. From what we know, of course, in hindsight, she knew auntie was going to do this all alone because they were making it seem like, Lucy, you're too hot right now. Everybody knows what you look like.
She argued against getting the tape because she knew it was bullshit.
Yeah, she knew it was BS, right? Or she felt it wasn't needed. She was like, we got everything we need.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's what you were talking about. So yeah, I forgot about that. Because if that was the case, then Luce would be like, "There's no need for a tape because I made
right." Because she would have known it was fake. Right? Exactly.
Damn. There you go. You got the
Hey,
juice
bro,
now.
I
Look
got
at
it,
you.
bro.
You
I
got
got
it.
it. You
Right,
got it.
man, you got it. You got it. All right. So then Donnie gets inside. He starts walking around. He finds the brother, right? Just goes into the room. They go, we got the Charger show up, Cross, John, and Kayla show up. And who was it that called it out that said, "Oh wow, Cross's crew is here"? I didn't write that down. There was somebody in a car. It wasn't.
Oh no, it was Nate, because at the same time Donnie's going to get the recording. Alex, Cross, and Kayla are going to get him.
That's right.
And Nate, the security guard for Lance and some other hired person, was trying to get there. They're all trying to get that to that tape first.
That's right. That's right. That's who it was. Nate, you know, who was assigned to this case to assist with Cross and Kayla and never worked with them on anything.
Yeah,
Never showed up.
Walks away at this point too.
Yeah,
since the first two people showed up before she did, she was like, "Yeah, they're already here. It's over. Whatever."
Yeah. I'm not getting involved. You don't pay me extra. Yeah. Right. So there goes that. So, but then Donnie looks out the window and he sees them and he starts freaking out. Oh man! He's like, "Where's the tape? Where's the tape?" And the guy's like, "Oh, it's over there. The Odyssey. It's in there." He's like, "All right," he gets it. And then it makes it seem like he leaves, but he killed him. He killed the brother, you know, which is kind of rough. I wasn't expecting that.
No, he was shot in the stomach. The old man was down on the floor. He looked dead. But by the time Kayla and Cross came in, Donnie had already killed the old guy out in the hallway, so he wouldn't say anything and was hiding in like a closet, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Why kill the old dude at this point? Who?
Because he was gonna blow a whistle. He was like, "What are you doing in the hallway?"
That was the other dude. That was the other dude. But he was still alive. He let that guy live,
brother, because he saw his face.
No, but they saw his face. They know who he is. Come on, they all know who he is. You know, so, but anyway, they go in. They, like you said, there's that one guy who's talking smack. I thought he was going to take a bullet, but he doesn't. And of course, Cross and Kayla, they come in, they see him. Oh, that guy's running down now.
It's a convergence. Everybody there all at the wrong time.
Exactly, all wrong time. He starts shooting at them. They're shooting, go back and forth. I thought there was going to be a bunch of bodies dropping in the bingo hall when they were doing that, because I was like, oh great, now they're just going to be bullets flying all over this place, and people like B4. Oh no, you know. And it didn't happen. He gets away. He gets into the kitchen area.
Gets shot though. He gets banged up.
He does get shot there. But what was that? He shot like a gas tank or something. He did something.
Yeah, there was some fire exchange. It was a chase, but Donnie always gets away. Donnie always gets away. Donnie
takes a lick and it keeps on ticking. This is the second time he's been shot.
Yep.
Right. But the whole point of the fire, though, was just to distract John. He's like, all right, John,
I got the fire. You get him.
Right. Exactly. And then Cross goes outside. You know, it's his show. He goes out there to chase the bad
camera,
dude.
360 degrees.
Exactly. I can't. Yeah, no, he's looking all around. Can't find him. Right. He is gone. You know, and we're like, oh, okay. You know, there goes that. Right. So then we see that Donnie makes it back. He's to Auntie out in the woods.
He went through the woods to get to the house, right?
Yeah.
He went back through the same woods, and there's Auntie.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, she was like, you're injured, you're shot. Oh, it just grazed me. You know, I'm good with bullets." And then she was like, "Oh, do you get the tape?" Yeah, of course, I got it. Great. You know what? We've appreciated everything you've done for us. You were great to lose. Pops him in the head.
You have been a good friend to Luz. So we had wondered for 7 episodes what his relationship was to her. And that's what they gave us. The aunt saying you've been a good friend to Luz. So he did all of this, killing and all this shit out of friendship for Luz.
And she made sure he was dead. She bucked a few more shots.
Yeah,
it's one thing which I think that was very telling right there, because I didn't see that. If there's one surprise,
she's guilty.
She's guilty. She's done things like this before. You don't just one day like, think I can do this.
Yeah, no, she trained Luz.
Yeah,
you have to assume that's the whole.
That's what we gotta assume.
She wasn't killing people between the first person she killed and then 10 years later. It was the aunt that was training her how to be ruthless.
Yeah. Well, she took him out. You know, so we're like, okay, it's done. And what gets interesting with this is because then we see later on that the aunt is in the car, and she's listening to the tape, and it's like a mixtape, it's just music.
It's got nothing but bullshit
Nothing on it. Yeah, and then
Nothing. It's
Luce gets
bull.
in the car. She's like, "Okay, you got the tape? Yeah, yeah. All right. Where's Donnie? Donnie." And she started bawling. This was she was like, "No, what? And how? What?" Cross did it. Cross and his girlfriend Elle and Kayla.
No, she didn't say that. Stop lying.
I want him to throw Elle in something. Yeah, come on, do it. If you're gonna do the dun dun dun, throw something. Make Elle. I don't know, man. I hope she becomes. I want her to
blame Cross for killing Donnie, and now Luce turned to the camera and gave the cold eye.
Right, and we're like, "Oh, this is it. It's over." No. Then we could call back from the beginning of the episode because now we see Maggie, right? This is the woman that offed herself in the Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
She's coming home. Everything seems happy. And then Bobby Trey comes up behind her with a gun. And he was like, "This is it." What was it? He made some comment about the dead.
He was singing. Yeah, he was singing some song. Maybe Freddy Krueger song. Coming for you.
Remember that? That was a good one.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was the Freddy Krueger series. Oh man, it's been a while for that one too. Yep. And then that's how it ends. It's like, okay,
God.
All right. So, what's gonna happen here? Right? Next episode,
There's gonna be one more episode, and then the season's done forever.
The series is done. I don't see. I don't know. You said that Cross was doing great on Prime Video.
I'm telling you, they got the news in between episode 6 and episode 7 that this was their last season. I'm guessing this, by the way, right? And that's why they wrote episode 7 the way they tore up every story, the way they damaged every relationship, the way they stuck a monkey wrench in almost every cog that was spinning. Except the only thing is episode 8 is good. Aliens are gonna come, and it's all a dream. It's the Matrix. It's the Matrix. They're all in the Matrix.
Cross is gonna wake up. He's been in the hospital the whole time. None of this happened,
and he's gonna be in the Spartacus stage.
Here's the thing with this show: is since it's each season is a different story. It really doesn't matter if all these characters die except for Cross. Oh, go ahead. You can take off John and Kayla and get everybody. As long as Cross is still ticking, the story can keep going. But this story, man, I don't know if the ratings, the viewership, the audience, if they were engaged enough to say, we're going to stick with this. Did they? I don't know. I mean, from all the shows, at least when it comes to, we're not the biggest channel in the world. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
Of the other shows that we've covered, this is pulling the least amount. And then the comments that we get are the same vibes from us. I'm like, yo, what's up with this show? Yeah. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm sure when people are watching it, this is eye rolling. A lot of this stuff is eye rolling. It's like, oh, come on now.
Yeah.
Really? This is what's happening? Oh, this is what you're telling us? This whole thing we're building up, and then you're going to throw this on us? Come on. You gave up. Now I'm giving up. So, yeah, you know what? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if it ends. But I'll tell you this much. I'm going to say it right now. If this is season 3, I'm not talking about it. We're not covering season 3.
Yeah, I won't come back to
it. I'm done. I'm not. I was on the fence.
Unless aliens come and save everything in episode 8.
You kept telling me, no, man, this is gonna be the Butter Show. This is the season.
What?
You were like, yo,
who said that?
You said it.
I said that.
Season. I'm pretty sure
you said it, bro.
You sent me a message on MySpace.
Don't make me come all the way to whatever state you're in, bro.
You sent me a message on MySpace, and you were like, yo, this is gonna be the best season ever. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Yo,
Dude, you're twisted. You need to stop.
I am.
You know what? Shows like this make you delirious. I can tell.
Did, but it's true. It's true. I'm sure people they're also probably disappointed. This hasn't been good. I don't think this final episode could save this season. I don't see what they can do. What we know Lance is going to get his comeuppance, right? I mean, if that would be a shock if he doesn't. And then that could always be.
What's the over under Lance dies next episode?
I don't know, man. You saying I don't know.
More than 50%? You guys tell us, do you think Lance will die in the last episode? Will
Right?
he
Yeah,
get his
go ahead.
comeuppance?
Yeah, because here's the thing: if they want to shock us, he doesn't.
He
But then
doesn't, and
he
gets
doesn't,
away
and,
with it, or
and then he becomes the villain of the series that they could try to catch him, but they can't. What's up with Berto's sister? That has to come up again, right? Why even bring her up?
She's in
That he-
Ohio.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Somehow she has to make her way to DC. There's got to be some kind of connect, or else there was no point. Unless I swear, if this is the one time that they decide, you know what, we're going to stretch this into a third season. This story, no, it doesn't need it, and I don't think it's going to go there. But I don't know how they rush that. Like you said, she's in Ohio, they're in DC. How do you rush that and put them together? How
You know what would be funny if they stretch that stupid Roberto story into the next season, and they come back for season 3, and the kid's like, "Hey, good morning."
Oh yeah. No, they'll just replace him because it'll be
yeah.
like another year or two, and so they'll
It'll
just
be
have
another
to,
kid.
It'll be another kid, you know, and they'll just
Buenos
he
dias.
aged out, right? He
Good
aged
morning,
out, he
everyone.
aged out. So that's it. Either Lance dies, he doesn't die. Luce, she's dying, or
You
she's
think
going to,
so? You think she's gonna
or
get it?
something's going to happen. Maybe I think she has, or I could see her taking out her aunt when she finds out that the aunt is the one that did it. I don't know how she'll find out. That
It could be a Mexican standoff.
It could be, unless Cross says something and she was like, "Oh, you killed Donnie. What do you mean?" But then again, he did shoot Donnie. He doesn't know Donnie could have died from that shot. He doesn't know how badly hurt he was. So if they
That's
say,
a
"Hey,
point.
you killed
That's a
him,"
point to be
I was
made,
like, "Yeah." I was like, "I guess I did. My bad." But he's a bad guy, and you're a bad girl. Pow! But hey, what do you
Bada
people
bing.
think? Do you love this show? Are you excited for a season 3? If there is a season 3, has this season of Cross just made you super happy that you're like, man, I want to tell all my friends and family to watch this show? Let us know in the comments. Thanks again for the likes, the subs, the hypes, you people that do stick around. It's a long form. We talk about it. We talk the shit. All right, everybody. What else?
Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the rebound.
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, talk to you later. Peace.